Hello everyone, this is such a big video I've been wanting to film all year and I can finally film it now. This is what I brought back home after they demolished the sets of the Pizzeria in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Let's get started.
Freddy Fazbear's Pizza from the first movie. There's the checkered lines and everything. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza from Five Nights at Freddy's, the first movie, and the second one is over there. Filming set. Wow, so cool.
As you can see, we got the Freddy's all set up. They are all here so we can see what everything is going to be right here. This right here is the first bag, and it's filled with everything from the first pizzeria.
Picking up pieces of the pizzeria that is all left. That was all demolished. This is where the pizzeria was, because it was built right here.
I'm going to be opening this for you right now. And the story with this is I traveled to New Orleans. I can't really say the location, but I traveled there during when they were filming the sets, and it was an absolute blast and experience to see everything that was unfolding. It was a huge deal as a Five Nights at Freddy's fan, going way back to 2014 to playing the first game. It was absolutely insane, but to be there seeing everything was like unbelievable. And then skip to a month later in February, I went back there and everything was demolished. It was freshly demolished by the set crew. They did everything they were there to do, and to my surprise, there was so much that was left over of the set. And as any other fan or any other opportunity, I grabbed baggies and I bagged it up. And I'm going to be explaining what I'm going to be doing with these pieces at the end of the video. But let's get started. Here's the first building. I'm not going to take out everything, but I'm going to show you a bit of the highlights of like what's really like the set, like what is everything in context, and show you what exactly you're looking at. So we have a couple of really highlights here. I'm going to pull out everything that is to know. This right here was a piece of the building that you can see in the picture. It's like a distinct, type of old, they were going for the old Freddy abandonment of the building, and it's really, really so cool to see and to look at. The next one is what they're going to implicate, I guess, with the green screen. And I know, like, from classes I took for years of film and production, everything goes in post. Like, if you're doing green screen, if you're adding on extra stuff, what they did was they built an exterior of the building, and the interior is also just filmed somewhere else, but the exterior they wanted to get out of the way. And that's why whenever you see this picture and you see the green right there, it is that green screen sort of deal. Don't call it a green screen, but it's just that movie magic of all the green that was built all around the sides in the building. And it was so interesting to see in person too, to see like, wow, that's like the raw type of what's going into the film. These two are a bit of the same, and let me just show you you need to hear the texture of this. This sounds like so interesting. It's not, if you hear the texture here, it sounds like a rock, but it's not a rock. When I was getting these pieces and I was like kind of just like fascinated with the feel of it, I broke it and it broke gently, and that's so interesting about sets. I'm really surprised that the pizzerias did not fall down, even from the weather that was impacted, like the winter weather that hit it. I was very surprised if you've seen the snow pictures of the sets around the time. That's very interesting. And then you got your casual fake glass. This is what they had like all around the sides and stuff. It was so interesting to like pick this up and really like feel it, because when I was there, which you can see from this picture, just looking at the set, like you just wanted to touch it. But I respect to everything that was going on. All I did was pictures and nothing else from that, but actually getting to hold it and feel the glass pieces from it is so interesting. Right here, this piece right here was very interesting to have picked up, but this is like piece of the towel, and it's like, it's like you're like, oh my god, I'm stepping on the ground, oh my god, I'm in Freddy. I had picked up some white and black ones. I'm really, really, like I said in the video, I'm going to tell you exactly what I'm going to do with these pieces. And this is part of the wall you can see in the video as well. It just feels weird, and I don't want to overdo it because this does break sort of easily, but it is, I don't know, I really want to know, like, what this is. And of course, here is the black tile of the ground. One interesting thing to mention, not only did I get the buildings, but this is the icing on the cake. This is exactly like what was all around the building to make it so vintage. It's like a flashback scene. I haven't seen the movie yet, but this is a flashback scene. I mean, come on, if you have the first building, it's a flashback scene. And it's just so interesting to pick up like what they had put all over the old building, all of this, and then you got mixed pieces of the building as well. It's just insane, and it's so interesting to just look at in person and hold. It's unbelievable. But like I said, in a future video, I'm going to show you what I'm doing with all of this. Let me show you exactly what I just showed you. This is the black tile of the pizzeria, and it just, you know, the sort of sound. It's just a tile piece, and then here's the piece of the building. Like, I wish I can like lay it out, but I don't. I'm just trying to show you the best I can. But these are like the core pieces that were all in, you know, the bags. It's just so interesting. It's so interesting to have gotten these pieces and to just show you. I really, like I said, I wanted to push this video to get out there before the movie to show you guys these interesting pieces from the set. It was unbelievable. Okay, now first and foremost, we got the first building out of the way. Now let's get into the second, because this is what we're talking about. And I have Toy Freddy here to help me. This is a very big one. There's so much to just unpack, but I'm going to do one at a time and hope I can do the best job I can to show you guys that how cool this is. This is the second pizzeria building in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. What we're looking at, what the whole movie's about.
The Five Nights at Freddy's 2 pizzeria was all right here. And now it's gone. It is so cool.
And we're going to take a closer look right now. This right here is a piece of the building. And I'm going to get into this right here in a second. But that is just so interesting of how all of this was layered up and built. And it's like a hollow sound, you know? But right here are pieces of the building, and it's so interesting. Just like how like plastic it is, and how just like, oh my goodness, and just the detail on that to just make it, you know, they were going for like a new type of old, because it's like, you know, shut down according to the plot. But this right here is what was so cool to just bring back, you know? This was also a wall panel from the pizzeria. And it is just so cool. Like, look at the detail on that. It's so cool. Oh, man. That is insane. And then, obviously, you can see this. Like, everything was built from wood. And then whoever... Shout out to the whole production. Like, what they did for these pieces. It's insane. And if you, like... When you can feel it, it's like, and it's coming off too. It's sort of like a foam, sort of hard texture to make it just come out so, just, I have no words for it. But this right here was like, just, and like I said, what I'm doing in the future with these pieces is insane. And to hold this is like amazing. Because seeing it in person was already something, but to hold it is something else. I'm going to set these aside and show you some of the prime pieces of this. So these were like, this is like a rock. It feels like a rock texture, but this was all built into the base of the pizzeria. And let's just get into the good part. Here is that yellowish, crisp piece that you see all in the movie, in the trailer, and when I was there, you see it in person. But here's a picture of the yellow parts. This is just insane. It's so cool. But there's so many of them. Like I said, there's bags. There's all these bags full of, and you can also see the wood texture of how they built the pizzeria. It's insane. It's so insane. But there's so much that went into the second building. It was just so big. Here's some interesting ones I'm going to show you next. So remember when I said about production, like the first building flashback, what they had? This is interesting. This is what I love about movies and how production is. More wood, but look, all of this, look what I'm talking about. Production. Look, this is styrofoam. This was all, when we were there, like all of it was just like styrofoam. Found this little paintbrush too. So unbelievable. Here's another piece of the building. Not only was the first building of everything they threw on there, but the second building too. And there's bags, like I took a bunch of bags, and all you see is everything that was thrown. That's not even the beginning. Like it went all in. So all the brush that you see on the second building, like on the top of the roof to make it like just old, like it's just been sitting there. These are those pieces. All right here. I don't want to take all of it out, but I'll just show you right here. This is what we're looking at. All of the brush that was on the building. This is an interesting paper that I found during the set. Very interesting. What maybe they were building early on, I really don't know. Like, I still don't know the context of this paper, but this was found at the second building set December. I know that they were building the set, but I literally can't confirm if this is it or not, but from the wall, like, this looks like the same walls, but then again, I really don't know. This could have been for something else, but this was found over there, and this location, so familiar from when I was there. That concluded. I'm gonna call this part 1, but I'm just gonna, this was just literally just showing you guys the pieces of how amazing this was. Shout out to everyone in the production of Five Nights at Freddy's 2, Scott Cawthon, cast, and everything. I cannot wait to see the movie. This is pre-recorded, okay? Bear with me. I am excited to see the movie. I'm excited and just very thankful to have made that huge trip from Texas to New Orleans to see the sets. It was unbelievable, but not only before and after the demolish of the buildings. It was absolutely insane. As a huge Five Nights at Freddy's fan, going way back, like every one of you guys, this whole Five Nights at Freddy's family that has kept up through the years to be where we are now. Hopefully we get a third movie, you know. Body Not the Shirt, love the Wizards. That was like my favorite in part 2. Oh my goodness. To have this in my house is unbelievable. To have this, but it's gonna be done right. So the project that I'm working on is a huge frame. That's all I will say, but it's gonna be amazing. I have this huge idea. Like I said, I'm cooking. I'm literally cooking up this amazing idea. And the rest I will talk about later. But, oh my goodness. It was amazing. And to show you guys, to show you all, this may not mean much, even though this is like the holy grail of Five Nights at Freddy's or just movie history. But just to show you, just to share with you how much I appreciate and love Five Nights at Freddy's so much that I go out of my way. And it was such, an 8 or 9 hour drive over there, making that trip, seeing something that, oh my goodness, you know, go out of my way just to do this. And to now share it with you means so much to me and sharing this connection. And I appreciate everything of the support and checking out my channel for all the videos I'm going to make, but a follow-up to this, because right now, this is my favorite project I'm working on. And it's going to be a long, hard project, but at the end, it's going to be well worth it. Now, bonus content. Y'all remember Sparkies, right? Here are the bulbs from Sparkies. Also, there was a lot of crew things that they wrote. It's just like, it's a bunch of numbers and what they're doing. Like, right here it says Gen A. I really don't know what this means. Don't ask me. If you know what it means, if you worked on the set, please tell me what it means. But that is interesting along with that paper. But I'm going to show you right now Sparky's Diner. Y'all remember the bulbs, right? This is the bulb to Sparky's Diner. I was so fortunate to have met the owner of Sparky's, which I won't name, but maybe it'll come at a later video. I'm really trying to plan something right now, later. Okay, let's see if it works out. No promises. But the owner was so nice enough to talk with me and share so much history about the building, which I will, again, in a later video. But it is so cool to just own Sparky's Diner bulbs. And I'm going to have to do a follow-up. There are so many other movies that was filmed at that diner, and you'll have to check it out. But to conclude that, I just wanted to share that before Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and I hope that you all have a great time seeing the movie, as I'm going to have a great time seeing the movie. I'm just very thankful to have seen the set, seen everything that went on, seen Fast Fest, everything. I'm so blown away. I can't wait to watch the movie. I will give you my review later on, but thank you for checking out this video. More to come. Freddy Fazbear's Pizza from Five Nights at Freddy's 1 and 2. Insane. Be sure to like, subscribe, because I'm going to have follow-ups to this video. Thank you so much. See you on the flip side.